Oh hey, I didn't notice you there. I guess that's because you're a camera and not a person. But I'm a person. My name is Danny, and this is a Southern California Comics Weekly Video Update. Matt could not be here this week, so I'm gonna do all the work and take all the credit. Alright. New this week, Axis number 5. Continuing the story in which we actually get the plot of Axis, which is all the superheroes, not all the superheroes, a good chunk of the superheroes became bad and a bunch of the supervillains became good. So it's a nice little flip, which explains the title. Yeah, it's a long read, $4.99, or $3.99 rather. Not a bad investment, I suppose, but we're also getting some of the spin-offs now. This is Hobgoblin number 2, in which Hobgoblin is a superhero now, which sounds like a lot of fun, because jerk superheroes, great. And the art is really cool too. It's kind of got a Daredevil vibe. Yeah. Should be fun. Meanwhile, evil Captain America is heading the Mighty Avengers now. Brand new number 1. Same creative team, I believe. Al Ewing and Luke Ross. Yeah, that's right. I haven't read this yet, but it should be fun. A lot of tension, I imagine, because Captain America is not only the Falcon now, but he's now a jerk because of the events of Axis. Same deal with Superior Iron Man number 1. This is by Tom Taylor and Yildiz Sinar, I believe his name is. This is the one I've actually read. This is Iron Man's now a jerk, more of a jerk, and an alcoholic. So he's back on the bottle. He's created a new Extremis app that has made everyone in San Francisco like perfect. It's changed their bodies and everything. But that comes with a price. And that price is huge. And because Iron Man just wants to hang around in a pool and not do any work, he sends drones to do his work. So there's a great scene where he helps She-Hulk fight this monster kid by having the drone decapitate himself and then beat the guy to death with his own head. Love it. This is actually a lot of fun. It's kind of in the vein of like Superior Spider-Man, where this guy's a total jerk to everyone, but also the main character, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Nobody knows what's going on. It's great. Conversely, we have Captain America number 1, new number 1 from Rick Remender and Stuart Immonen. I believe this actually takes place before Axis, so it's just regular Captain America being Captain America stuff, but he is still the Falcon in this. And as you might imagine from Stuart Immonen, the art is dope. Pretty cool. I haven't read it yet, but flip through it. Looks like a lot of fun. I know I was going to like it anyway. I don't even need to read it, because it's that good. Alright, nothing else in this video is related to Axis. So if you're not into that, we can finally move on. New image number 1, Drifter, from Ivan Brandon and Nick Klein. This is you may not be able to tell from the cover, but this is like a sci-fi western. And it's a gritty sci-fi western too. It's like kind of a Deadwood thing going on. There's like crashed satellites and just all sorts of decaying technology, but also people living in shanty towns. So it's got guns, it's got duster coats, it's got everything you'd want when I tell you it's a sci-fi western. Also new from Vertigo, The Kitchen number 1, which is a pretty cool comic actually. It's a crime comic by Ollie Masters, Ming Doyle, and Jordi Belair, and it's about these 3 women that have taken over the criminal business of their imprisoned husbands. And it takes place in Hell's Kitchen, New York in the 1970s. So it's got like a 70s crime thriller vibe, if you're into that sort of thing, which I am. So yeah, it's up my alley. 8-issue miniseries, $2.99 from Vertigo. It's cool. You should check it out, because I feel like a lot of people aren't going to check it out, because all sorts of reasons. But it's cool. I like it. I'm going to read the rest. Speaking of reading, that's the worst segue ever, but Batgirl number 36 is out. The hot new creative team of what's his name? Cameron Stewart, Brendan Fletcher, and Bellatar. Not Bellatar, Babstar. Bellatar is a filmmaker that I don't expect you to know about. This one's really a lot of fun. In this one, Batgirl fights biker cosplayers, a gang of biker cosplayers. Like, yeah, the action's great. Like, for $2.99, this is maybe the best read you're gonna get. Like, lots of panels, like, complete story. Like, you can't do better. And like, issue 1 or issue 35 was off to kind of a rocky start for a lot of people, but I think this is a vast improvement. Like, I liked it a lot. I was super excited to get through it. This will soon become a favorite. I guarantee it. I also guarantee that I am out of books to talk about, so time for a new thing. This is the part where Matt talks too. I know, guys. I know. Alright, we are back. Well, I am back. And you are back. You don't have to do anything. You just have to wait like 2 seconds while this wipey thing happened. I know how it works because I make the videos. Since we're talking about Axis, I want to talk about how other Marvel characters jump from good to evil, then good to evil, and over again. Because it happens more often than I realized, now that I was thinking about it, because in the pages of Axis, it takes a bunch of magic junk to make the good guys evil and the evil guys good. But a lot of times in Marvel, it just sort of happens naturally. Let's start with Submariner, Prince Namor. He started as a hero back in the 30s, got reintroduced as a villain in the 60s, and from there on he jumps between evil and good depending on how he feels, pretty much, and what the story calls for. Like, I believe it was in Avengers vs. X-Men where he completely floods the nation of Wakanda. So, yeah, he could do some really heinous stuff, but also he's considered a superhero sometimes. Same deal with Magneto, who's one of those supervillains with noble intentions, or at least understandable intentions. So you can sometimes make him a good guy when you feel like it. Currently, he's in part of the whole Axis thing. He's part of the supervillains that showed up and I suppose became good guys in the process. So he's always been a little of both. Depending on how he feels and what the writers feel like doing with him. Sometimes he's sympathetic, sometimes he's the most evil person on the planet. Which, it's fun when you can have it both ways. Though it creates a really weird like history of the character where it's like, he did some really bad stuff though. I don't know if I can identify with this now. But yeah, Magneto. Sometimes he's the X-Men's leader too. Yeah, very confusing. There's the Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk's a little more interesting because he's the hero of the Hulk comic, but everyone else sees him as the bad guy because he turns green and smashes junk. Pretty simple, I suppose. And there's Loki from Avengers, Thor, all that junk. You may have seen him in the movie. At one point, he turned into a child. He was killed and reborn as an adorable child. Just a mischievous young teen. And more of a good guy then. Just an innocent good guy who wasn't aware of why everyone hated him in Asgard. Which is made for a really fun story. I really like this Journey into Mystery series. Now he's evil again, I think. It's hard to keep track. Now here's where it gets super complicated. Venom, which is the villain of Spider-Man, but he's evil Spider-Man, but it's really the costume that's evil. The Venom costume is the bad guy, and it takes over people and makes them evil, kind of. He made Spider-Man a bad guy for a while. And then he took over some other guy and made him a bad guy. Currently, I believe he's still a hero, and he's currently inhabiting Peter Parker's old bully. Used to be kind of a villain, but became a hero also. So it's like double the inversion, which you think a double negative would, nullify everything, but nope. Good guy Venom. Always been kind of an in-between character. After a while, once he got popular, is what happened. So I think he's still a bad guy, but who knows? Because again, it's the clothes that make the man. It turns out. Wow. This is a very complicated character for it being just like angry Spider-Man with muscles. Venom's kind of cool. I like Venom. What I also like is finishing videos. So I'm gonna go home think about Venom some more because my head hurts. And I'm going to take some aspirin. So, see you next week. Matt will probably be here. If not, I'll talk about Venom some more. Bye.